Welcome, welcome, welcome to another spooky month. Sit down, be scared, and let's enjoy the blood and gore that will come this month. So you better prepare, or otherwise I come to get you! Yo, what's up guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Underdog Eats, just Underdog Views, and I watched the Human Centipede 2 full sequence. Jesus fucking Christ. We have something to talk about. But let's first start with the movie itself. We hear a woman crying in the background, and then we see a computer screen. A guy, Martin, is watching the computer screen, and then for some reason he touched his lips. Sorry. Oh yeah. Martin is. Oh, it's outside. It's raining. Jesus, I can't read my own handwriting. Outside it's raining, and Martin is inside. So from a parking garage, he is inside a booth like that. It's not where not for that, but he is. I don't know. He's security. He's security of a parking garage. Because he has a monitor next to him, and you're looking at the monitor, and he sees a couple walking to the car. And we're gonna leave it at that, because if you want to know what's gonna happen next, well, I can talk a bit about it, but you have to watch the movie yourself. First of all, I read a bit of the synopsis. I usually don't do it, but I looked it up because I saw that that the first Human Centipede was a movie inside the second Human Centipede. Because the screaming and all that we heard was from the first movie, which was Martin was watching. But the synopsis said that Martin is, a bit mentally challenged. Let's say that he's retarded, and he is obsessed with the Human Centipede, the movie. So, but Martin was also really mistreated by a lot of people around him. I have to say that we saw also a bit of that, like the doctor that came by. He was really eyeing Martin, and also laying his hand on on Martin's lap, and bit, going back and forth, while the mother is sitting right in front of them. That was in the living room, and first was Martin was feeding his centipede, his normal pet centipede, not a human centipede, but just an animal centipede. And the doctor was eyeing Martin's ass. Apparently Martin was also abused by his father, who is now in jail. And apparently that was, that Martin's mom said, Martin's fault that he was in jail. No, that was just the father's fault. Definitely the father's fault. Second of all, this movie was co-produced with America and the Netherlands. So, as a Dutchie, I feel pride in making such a disturbing movie. Jesus, what the fuck came out of my mouth? Anyway, the whole movie was in black and white, which was fine, but it was interesting to see, this movie was from 2011, so it was interesting to see that it was in black and white. Also, Martin was, we saw Martin jack off with a piece of sandpaper around his dick. And yes, we saw a glimpse of his dick too, while he was putting the sandpaper around it. And it was not that, nice. No, it was, you could see. It was very, I don't know how to say that in English actually, what kind of sandpaper it is. But, it was very raw, let's say that, raw sandpaper. Not that fine, it's a bit, no, it was really raw. And he was jacking off with it. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ, there are people out there that do that also in real life. Oof. And I also heard that this movie was more disturbing than the first movie. And I can say, yes, it was. Yes, it was. Why? The first movie was more with, it was a surgeon, he had surgical background, he has surgeon equipment. This is homemade. Because it's somebody who's obsessed with the human centipede recreating it. So every knife, every hammer, every yada plier, it's all that you just buy at the store. Well, pliers, you don't buy pliers at your supermarket. Well, knives also, you don't buy them usually. No, we don't have knives here in the supermarket. Anyway, so this was homemade shit. Second of all, the first one, it's a surgeon, he had anesthesia. This is homemade. The anesthesia is a crowbar. And the last thing that I want to say is, I made a joke, a kind of joke, like sort of, oh, what you gonna do, fucker? That became too real too soon. Because a few seconds later, he put a piece of barbed wire around his cock. And it, like in the movie 7, Lust. If you've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. The knife, penis. The last girl, the girl at the end, she got that barbed wired cock. Jesus. And now I'm thinking shit, this is so disturbing. And next week, Wednesday, we're gonna watch a more disturbing movie with probably necrophilia and all. I'm not gonna show anything, obviously, here on YouTube, but you probably know the movie. You probably heard of the movie. Also, like I said yesterday, I've always seen these movies, and I know that the last one plays off in prison. So I'm very curious if it's Martin who is doing that in prison, or not, because we didn't really had an ending with Martin. He basically got the centipede that he always got to feed, got it stuck up his ass, and he ran outside. Well, actually, there was also a victim who escaped. It was a the pregnant lady that escaped. She was outside in the car. She gave birth while Martin was pounding on the window. She gave birth. The baby was alive still. What did she do? She kicks it with her foot and then steps on it with the gas pedal to ride out of air. Holy shit! That was something that I didn't expect. I didn't expect crushed baby. I have to be honest, I didn't expect that. So this movie, holy shit. But it was, for some reason, it was better than the first one. The first one we saw more also of what happened to the people, like we also had with Hostel. The first time we saw what happened to the people, the people that were kidnapped. And the second movie we got more of a backstory. Now, not backstory, but more of a behind the scenes. We get more of the person that does it than the people that are in there. You know what I mean? And it's what with this movie too. So I'm curious what they will do with the Human Centipede 3 final sequence tomorrow. But on the gore scale, this one, Jesus. This one gets a 4.5 out of 5 on the gore scale. Holy shit. And the movie itself, in my head van, holy shit, this is a really good movie actually. As in, it's so fucking disturbing, it's really good. But I probably give it a 4.75 because I just can't give this a 5 out of 5. This is so fucked up. So yeah, it gets a 4.75 out of 5. Just not a 5 out of 5, This is, the shit that happened in here, I was really squeamish about it. Well, in Terrifier, I'm like, yeah, get it! Maybe because I know that's more fantasyful, and this is more why I'm also more squeamish with Saw, because this shit can happen in real life. Somebody just have to be obsessed with something too much and want to recreate it, and this shit can happen in real life too. Yes, it's a movie, but this movie can happen. It's more plausible, Just saying. And this time it was in Britain instead of Germany. But this movie gets a 4.75, but don't forget to leave a like, recommend. A disturbing movie, but not as disturbing as this. Down below in the comment section, subscribe to the channel and come join Discord because I'll stream these movies every single day. Bye.